Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. This is Crystal Strand Tarot. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the major themes of the next 30 days. So my intention is for this to be a timeless reading. So it would be 30 days from the time that you are watching this reading, not based on the time that it is uploaded. So we will have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, it is this green stone, this walking away card in reverse, card number 27. Pile number 2 has this, it's like a beige color with brown speckles. I'm not sure what stones these all are, so I'm just going to describe them by color. And then card number 4, Happy Family. And then for pile number 3 is this pink orange color, almost like a coral. Slightly translucent. There's some marks on it. And card number 51, Healer of the Ages. And these cards are from the Energy Oracle cards. So go ahead, take a deep breath. And then the pile that draws your eyes the most, or that you feel drawn to, I'll see you there. Hi, welcome to pile 1. If you chose this green stone or crystal, and or card number 27, Walking Away in reverse, you're in the right pile. Welcome, pile 1. So I did actually draw an extra card for this to be your final advice card. And this card was pulled with the intention of it being your overall theme for the next 30 days. So with Walking Away in reverse, number 27, which reduces to 9, this is talking about approaching the end of a cycle. And maybe you are reluctant to walk away from something. Or maybe for some of you, you are revisiting something that you had walked away from. Let's actually read from the book for this one. Okay, so with it in reverse, this card reverse signals that you may be feeling very stuck in some present situation or location. There may be a job or relationship that no longer resonates with you. Yet out of habit or perhaps fear, you allow yourself to stay when it might be healthier to consider walking away. Habit and familiarity are compelling forces, often causing people to ignore their intuition and even dishonor their genuine feelings. Excuse me. This is a time of honest investigation. Consider all of the factors in the present situation. Perhaps the timing isn't quite right, and there may be some purpose in staying a little while longer. Don't deceive yourself about your motivations, however. Fear-based decisions don't often work out in your highest interest. You also may be stuck in a long-term personal habit or unhealthy pattern. Be aware that you always have the option and the responsibility to let go of any thought or behavior that no longer honors you. Whenever you walk away from negativity, you always move towards greater happiness. The affirmation is, it is safe and comfortable for me to move on. I consider all my options and then take action on my own behalf. So the message I'm getting from this is, it does state maybe you're stuck in a situation that you feel like you cannot walk away from. But also, I'm getting a feeling like maybe the next 30 days, you'll be spending the time reevaluating some part of your life to see if it still serves you and if you should walk away. And this could be a relationship. This could be maybe an unhealthy habit that you know you have, and you're working up the courage to break that habit or walk away from an unhappy situation. But it seems like it's an evaluation period. So if that sounds like your current situation, let's go ahead and pull the next set of cards. We'll take a look at this advice card at the end of the reading. Move this to the side. I'm gonna take a drink of water really quick. My throat is dry. Okay. So I will be pulling from this Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck for the main part of the reading. Shuffle it a few times. So please help me tap into Pile 1's energy. Please allow me to bring clear healing messages to Pile 1 for their highest good and to help them align with their highest timeline. Alright, Spirit. What are the major themes for Pile 1 for the next 30 days? What are the major themes for the next 30 days for Pile 1, please? 2 cards fell out. That's interesting. Okay. First card is the Chariot card. It's card number 7 of the Major Arcana. And the Knight of Swords. What are the major themes for Pile 1? Whoa. Okay. For the next 30 days. What are the major themes for Pile 1 for the next 30 days? Okay. This one fell out first. The Nine of Cups. The Four of Cups. With the Strength card, card number 8 in the Major Arcana. Just making sure everything's in the frame. Okay, close enough. Let's pull some clarifiers before we take a look. Please clarify the Chariot. Okay, please clarify Knight of Swords. Oh. Yeah, Queen of Cups. The Hierophant, card number 5. Clarifying the Knight of Swords. Please clarify the Nine of Cups. Oh, I saw this earlier and it didn't fully flip out, but it did flip out finally. With the Three of Swords. Please clarify the Four of Cups. Fell on the floor again. We have the Page of Wands or Page of Rods in this deck. And please clarify the Strength card, Spirit. We have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Swords in the back of the deck. Make sure everything's in frame. Sorry for my squeaky chair if you can hear it. All right, so for the central theme or energy for the next 30 days, you got the Nine of Cups with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords did come out in reverse, but because I'm not taking reversals, I put it upright. I'm just noting the energy. So it feels like there's something in your life that no longer serves you, and you feel like in order to move on and go after something or someone, or in order to walk away from that, something that would break your heart, hold on, I'm not phrasing this correctly. In order to get your wish fulfillment, to receive the things in your life, you have to walk away from something that would be breaking your heart, or that would cause a lot of pain for you to walk away from. But there is this juxtaposition of maybe it being at odds, like the thing you really desire. Maybe it's this dream job that you really want to go after, but it requires that you move away from your hometown, for example. And doing so, you'd be able to chase after your dreams, but it would require that you're walking away from something that you love dearly and that it, holds a special place in your heart, and it would break your heart to walk away from this, but you know that you'd be able to get a wish fulfillment. So it does feel like you're being pulled in two separate directions. With the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, it is giving me a feeling of forward movement for sure. Like you are ready to make this move, but something or a situation is holding you back. Like, it feels like when you first heard of this opportunity, you were excited, you're ready to charge forward, and before you thought about what it really meant on how it would impact your life. It does seem like whatever this situation is something you're already aware of. And maybe you came to this reading looking for answers on what you should do. It does feel like from Spirit, the message they're giving me is that you're going to be spending the next 30 days really contemplating the impact of this decision on your life. And there is some hesitation. So it goes from you're like really gung-ho about it to pausing and actually evaluating, what changes this decision would require of you and of your life, what changes are required of your life to go after this dream. And, the Four of Cups, 4 being I see this as a card of like pause or stagnation. Like, this is also reminding me of this Queen of Cups, also kind of looking down, really contemplating if this is the right choice. And this person here is, knows that I feel like they know that this cup is offered to them, this Ace of Cups, this new relationship, this new journey, this new emotionally fulfilling experience is in front of them, but they're reluctant to let go of these 3 cups. well. But it does feel like, you know, moving from the Four of Cups to Strength, number 8. It feels to me like this person in this Strength card, you know, still kind of looking down, but the eyes were partially open in these two cards, the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups, but they're closed in this Strength card, as if this person has made up their mind. So I feel like in the next 30 days, you will come to a conclusion for yourself, and you're going to reach in for your inner strength to move forward with that decision. And with the Seven of Swords, and then the World below that, what's underneath that? Two of Rods. This card, it's Seven of Swords, and it also came up in the reverse, so it's giving me the feeling of, again, walking away from a situation that no longer serves you. And not walking away completely empty-handed. I know sometimes it's seen as a card of like deception or lying, but the feeling I'm getting from this card is taking your, you know, the lessons you've learned, your experiences, and walking away from, I want to say not violent, maybe violent for some of you, hopefully not, but just a situation that was just not serving you. And the World being underneath that card, number 21, is really the end of an era, the end of a cycle. And then with the Knight of Swords and the Hierophant, it's like, again, that juxtaposition of wanting to move forward, but then pausing because you're thinking about like tradition and societal expectations and what you feel like you should do versus what you want to do. And that's what's giving you pause. Like maybe you're in a situation where it is already, like it's a comfortable situation. Things are in equilibrium. Like you've been in doing these same habits with the same people in the same places for a long time. Maybe you really are still in your hometown and you received a acceptance letter for a college or a university you really wanted to go to, and you realize that it's in another state or a 5-hour drive away, so far enough from your family that you wouldn't be able to see them as much as you currently are. But it's such a great opportunity, and this is something you had wished for, that you had prayed for, and you got it, and then you're like, oh wait, crap. That means that X, Y, and Z will happen. I will have to give this up in order to take this opportunity. And then with the Page of Wands, the Page of Rods, and the Three of Pentacles, just feel like this, like this dream is calling to you, is the feeling I'm getting, and it's pulling you in that direction, and instead of resisting it, you move forward with it. Like with the Four of Cups, it's like your inner child is like shouting at you to wake up and take the cup, take the Ace of Cups, the offer. But while you're working through all the ups and downs of your emotions, but it seems to me like you will be spending the next 30 days building up that strength to move forward and really put in that work. The Three of Pentacles. This person is, hard at work building, well, in this case, building a window or something, but just hard at work building the life that they want, pursuing the goal that they want. So it does feel like for you, the next 30 days are spent processing your thoughts and emotions around this great opportunity that you've been given and building the strength to go after it. So let's look at your final advice from Spirit regarding your next 30 days. And you got the Door to Value, card number 31. You can see it. It's like this door is opening, and sometimes when you open a door, you feel a rush of wind coming through. And it feels like with that rush of wind, as you're opening the door, it's just like you're being blessed. Well, in this case, with dollar bills and coins. Like there's like a blessing of abundance with you walking through this door. And even the ground looks like it's like covered in gold. Like I actually initially assumed there was leaves on the floor, but it really could be like gold coins on the bottom. But walking through this door is going to bring about abundance in your life. So let's see, card number 31. It says, this card shows a door with a gold coin on it, opening to a place that's filled with light and bright potential. Money, coins, and jewels fly towards you through the open door, revealing a golden city beyond. All of this points to the potential for exciting new beginnings or expansions where work or money are concerned. Perhaps a new opportunity is totally unexpected, or perhaps it's something you've been working toward for quite a while. And I do feel like for many of you, this is something that you've been dreaming of for a long time. Either way, keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life. Know that anything you value may be open to you now. Remain conscious and creative and get ready to step through the door. So I do feel like this is confirmation from spirits, like this opportunity, don't let it pass you by. Listen, sit down and reflect and spend this next 30 days or these next few weeks really, feeling into your heart and making sure that this is something that lights up your spirit, lights up your heart, even if there may be some things that you're going to have to walk away from or give up on that you've, sort of built a life around. But this is it seems like an incredible new opportunity that Spirit is saying for you to pay attention and really take into consideration. So I hope that reading was very helpful for you, provided the clarity you were looking for. I would love to hear your story if you want to share it in the comments. Please feel free to like and subscribe if this reading resonated with you. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi, welcome to Pile 2. If you chose this beige stone with speckles on it, or this happy family card number 4, you have found the right reading or pile. I did actually pull an extra card from the Oracle deck, and this will be your final advice from Spirit. But we'll read first for the Happy Family card, which I intended for it to be the overall theme for your next 30 days. So let's see. So it says, the rainbow over this happy family portends a time of joy and celebration. Close connections are available, so don't overlook the fun and frivolity that a friend or family experience can bring. The value that you find in a truly loving relative or friend brings a higher vibration to your life force. You may be distracted or busy, but remember to put this part of your life in the forefront of your priorities. If you're single, finding this card in your spread could indicate a potential meeting and perhaps a relationship with someone who has children from a previous marriage. This ready-made family might bring some challenges, but it could be your destiny in this lifetime. This card may also simply signify a celebration coming up, such as a wedding, anniversary, or birthday party. Enjoy. So I feel like for most of you, this is more about, feels like connecting or reconnecting more deeply with friends and family. And I do feel like for some of you, this could be, like the book said, that in the next 30 days there will be some sort of major celebration that you'll be part of. And then maybe for a few of you watching this pile, this is around a potential future relationship, because this does give me the feeling from the Ten of Cups. This is reminding me of the Ten of Cups card in tarot. So let's actually pull more cards. If this sounds like it resonates with you, let's take a look at the tarot cards. So I'm going to pull from this Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck for more information. Let me actually fix this. All right, I'm going to shuffle it a few times. Spirit, please help me connect to Pal 2's energy. Allow me to be a clear channel to provide healing messages to help Pal 2 along with the highest timeline and to get the healing messages they need. Thank you. Well, as I'm shuffling, I'm definitely seeing a lot of cards around relationships. Okay, so I want to get a good shuffle before I stopped. All right, so let's see. Spirit, please help me see what major themes will be coming up for Pal 2 in the next 3 days. What are the major themes coming up in Pal 2's life in the next 3 days? What will be the major... Okay, Two of Cups. What are the major themes coming up in Pal 2's life in the next 30 days? For many of you, this indeed could be actually deepening of a relationship or the blossoming of a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic necessarily, but it could be. It could be just, it could even be two close friends, you know, getting closer, becoming best friends. What are the major themes for Pal 2? Let's pull more cards for the next 30 days. He's going to bring Pal 2. 4 Cups. The next 3 days going to bring Pal 2. King of Pentacles. What are the next 30 days going to bring? Oh, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. King and Queen of Pentacles coming out right next to each other from different parts of the deck. But I definitely heavily getting relationship vibes, romantic relationship vibes. Okay, Queen of Swords. Let's pull clarifiers now. Please clarify the Two of Cups, Spirit. Nine of Pentacles. Please clarify the Four of Cups. Please clarify Three of Swords. I actually did see that as I was shuffling, so I guess I really didn't want to come out for this pile. Please clarify the King of Pentacles. Please clarify the King of Pentacles. Spirit. The Empress. Please clarify the Queen of Pentacles. The Devil. And then finally, please clarify the Queen of Swords. The Nine of Rods. Or Wands in this deck. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. So heavy themes around new beginnings. Although I'm not sure why I said it was a heavy theme, because there's only one ace showing up. And then I also saw the Judgment card earlier as I was shuffling. I still am getting the feeling of new beginnings. A solid new beginning. And for many of you, around a potential romantic partnership. Yeah, I really feel like the message here is about like a fledgling romance, like something that just started. But I do get the feeling from looking at these cards that this Two of Cups, this potential union, is bringing about a sense of anxiety, or it's like maybe you've been single for a while and you've been good, like you've been confident, you've been living your life, enjoying your money, enjoying your hard-earned success. Nine of Pentacles, like the pinnacle of independent success. And then this relationship comes along, and things that you thought you had healed just come rising up from deep inside you, and you realize that these old wounds or these fears that you had didn't actually go away. You just kind of, there's nothing to draw your attention to it. So you thought that you had healed it, but it wasn't completely healed. So it's like there was a spark between you and someone else, the King and Queen of Pentacles, and then you're like excited about it, and then maybe your old toxic behaviors or patterns or bad habits that you had from previous relationships that you thought you had gotten over had just resurfaced, and you're like, oh crap, okay, so I'm not as healed as I thought I was. And it's bringing up all these fears and perhaps even flashbacks of old heartbreaks, old arguments or breakups that really hurt you, and now you're hesitating. And I see this section as like, somewhat as past energies. I know we're looking at the next 30 days, but this is like the things that are happening right now or have happened in the recent past that are leading up to your next 30 days, because it's all, it's all a continuous timeline. So it's like really this, that's why why I said heavy themes of new beginnings, because I do see this as an Ace of Cups being offered, but still holding back. This person looks hesitant because of maybe past heartbreak and is afraid to take this Ace of Cups new beginning, new relationship because of that. And with this Judgment, oh, and then the Tower underneath that, and then Six of Cups, it's like this back and forth energy of like wanting to take it, but fearful that it's going to completely wreck you. But with the Six of Cups under that, Knight of Pentacles, it feels like, I mean, obviously, Judgment is a card about like making a judgment, like evaluating, trying to evaluate the situation and like doing a life review almost. Like, are you ready to face these old wounds and heal it with this person? Are you ready to like accept the hand that is being extended to you? Are you ready to overcome the fear of maybe perhaps this toppling or destroying this independent life you had built up for yourself? Because getting into union or with someone or entering a relationship with someone does, in a sense, I mean, not that it takes away your independence, but that life you had built as a solo person can no longer exist to the extent that it did before. There's going to have to be some changes. And are you willing to take that leap to explore the relationship with the person? And then with the central theme being the King of Pentacles and the Empress, I mean, the feeling from this being, I see these as you. I mean, obviously it's male and masculine energy with feminine energy, but, and I feel like, personally, I think of the King of Pentacles being like the closest in resemblance or like energy to the Emperor. So like you are balanced within your divine masculine and your divine feminine, regardless of whether you're male or female. You have both these traits. You understand when it's important to step forward and take the action, and then when it's important to sit and receive. You've balanced yourself that way. But this situation, this new person, this potential relationship is shaking your confidence in yourself a little bit. Yes, for sure. Because with the Three of Swords and the Devil, card number 6 or 15, you know, being on either side of the Empress is like, okay, Spirit's saying you're solid, like you've done the hard work. This next relationship will be healthy for you. As long as you're paying attention, you're putting in the effort, like you're going to be fine. But there are fears surrounding this, like actually, literally fears surrounding the Queen, or sorry, the Empress. And I do get the feeling of perhaps like with the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles, and you being the King of Pentacles, like whoever this person is, male or female, like logically you see them as someone that is a great match. It's like the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, like very witty, sharp. They are also secure within themselves, very abundant, creative energy. Again, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, very similar vibes for me. Like she's holding a rabbit, which is a symbol of fertility, creation. So this person is intelligent, knows what they want. And also very balanced in their divine feminine. Because sometimes the Queen of Swords can be seen as, you know, a little bit, I don't want to say cold-hearted, but like detached, very leaning into the logic. But with the Queen of Pentacles giving a warmer energy, this person feels balanced. And all that to say, with the Devil underneath that, it feels like this person, maybe you've had issues with getting infatuated or falling head over heels when you like someone and really like chasing after them, and maybe almost to a point of obsessing over that person, and it's bringing up these old patterns in you that you are apprehensive about. But it feels like it's something that you can and you will overcome with the Nine of Wands. Like I don't think these feelings about the maybe the obsessiveness, the addictiveness of, you know, being in a crush energy or really liking someone. I think you're able to see through it, because this is not your first rodeo. It doesn't feel like, and if this is like your first relationship, maybe this is not your reading, because this feels like someone that has been through it. Like those that this should resonate with is someone that has experienced great love and great heartbreak. And, you know, red flags and toxic behaviors from themselves or from the person that they were with. So this is someone that has been through it. And Spirit is saying that, yes, this may bring up things that need to be healed, but it's not something you cannot handle. And it can be done in a healthy way. Like there's a very determined and very perseverant energy from this Nine of Wands. That this is not going to overtake you. These fears are not going to overtake you, and that you can move forward with this person in a healthy way. Okay, so finally, let's look at the final advice from Spirit. And you got the action card in reverse, card number 17, and it's two horses, a black and white horse galloping. Let's see what the message is in the book. Sorry about that. Okay, so it says action in reverse. Action is the accelerant that ignites your desires, but when this card is reversed, you may find something is missing in your determination or your follow-through. There's definitely a sense of hesitation that I mentioned earlier. Perhaps you've been engaging in more wishful thinking than in any consistent effort, or perhaps you need to make some adjustments in what you're paying attention to. Create a structured plan, then make sure you take daily action. This will move you closer to your goals. Be flexible yet persistent, and ever conscious of your ability to act on your own behalf. The affirmation is, I am responsible for my own life. I take action toward my goals and my own happiness every day. I'm definitely feeling this last sentence. Be flexible yet persistent, and ever conscious of your ability to act on your own behalf. So if you have a fear around maybe that when you enter relationships, or if you enter this relationship, you're going to lose a sense of agency or your sense of independence. It feels like this is something that you're already very paranoid about or very conscious of, and that this is not going to happen. With this card in reverse, I don't think it's saying, you know, that you're not taking any action. I feel like this is a pause in your action. So just instead of going like galloping speed, I feel like this card is like you're kind of taking baby steps forward. And I feel like for this scenario, like that makes the most sense, rather than rushing into this potential new romantic relationship. Going head first is like taking baby steps and going slowly to ensure that the relationship you're building is healthy. And Spirit is definitely saying remain persistent and like aware, self-aware, and like awake as you're going through this, so that you can catch your bad habits, your old perhaps toxic behaviors, and nip them in the bud before they really become a huge problem. But definitely overall, a great potential new relationship is entering your life. And there are some kinks to work through in the next 30 days, but sorry for shaking the camera. But it does feel like this is definitely a solid new beginning. Something that will perhaps rattle your life, your independent life a little bit, but it's a good thing. And instead of it being perhaps you were in codependent relationships before, where you're really expecting everything from that other person, and the other person was also heavily relying on you to be their everything, to be their best friend, to be their emotional support, to be their financial stability, to be their shoulder to cry on, to be their travel companion, their everything. Like you guys did everything together. This time around, you know, instead of letting it get to an unhealthy level of attachment, you're aware, and this time it can be a healthy interdependent relationship instead. One where you do maintain pieces of your own personal life, your own hobbies, your own, you know, friendships separate from your romantic relationship and from your mutual friends, your own personal goals. So you keep a sense of yourself while also building a life with this person that you share together. So not just only having shared hobbies, shared activities, shared friendships, but also having times where you do things on your own, and that other person does things on their own hobbies, meets up with their friends by themselves without you being there. And that will bring this balance in the relationship that you were lacking before. All right, so those are all the messages that I'm getting. I hope that brought you clarity and a sense of direction for your next 30 days. I'd love to hear your story if you want to share it in the comments. If this resonated with you, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome to pile 3. If you chose this coral pink stone and or this card number 51, oops, the Healer of the Ages, then you're in the right pile. Welcome pile 3. So this card definitely gives me, I'm just gonna say it gives me Jesus vibes, especially with the halo around his head. The Healer of the Ages, it's definitely reminding me of Jesus. So the next 30 days could be a focus for you on tapping into your spirituality. You know, whether you believe in Jesus or not, or whether you're religious or not. I mean, likely you're spiritual because you're watching a tarot reading. But it seems like there may be a development within your spiritual gifts, with your connection to the universe and to spirit. It's actually, oops, I forgot to put this away. Let's actually look at the book. Well, sorry about that. Apparently it does not want to stay there. Okay, there it goes. So I intend for this card to represent your next 30 days, and this card will be the final advice from Spirit that we'll look at the end of the reading. So card number 51. It says, this powerful being brings the force of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The light of divine consciousness pours from his hands and heart, flowing to you with love and a powerful healing intention. This amazing entity is with you now, bringing resolution to physical, mental, and emotional ills, helping to unblock stuck energy and revitalize your life force. You may have felt this strong presence recently, or you may just be opening to the wonderful sensations now. You can call upon this emissary of miraculous transformation whenever you need vitality, balance, or renewal. Know that at the deepest level, an important healing is taking place. So the message I'm getting is that the next 30 days will be spent on self-healing and connecting with spirituality, and perhaps when you connect to your guides, to the angels, or whoever you choose to connect to, your ancestors, with this healer of the ages, that it will be bringing about a month of healing for you. So let's actually pull more cards to get more information for the next 30 days. We're going to use this Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck. I'm going to shuffle it a few times and connect with your energy. Please help me connect to Pile 3's energy. Allow me to be a clear channel for healing messages and to help them align with the time's timeline. One more time. Definitely, as I was shuffling the cards, I was seeing cards around. I saw the Justice card, the Six of Wands, so it gives me a sense of this being like a personal victory, personal development, balance in your life, perhaps even justice in your life if you've been going through legal issues. Oops, I forgot to split the deck. Sorry, Spirit, sorry. They're like, stop, split the deck. Okay. Spirit, please help me see what the major themes for Pile 3 are for the next 30 days. What are the major themes for Pile 3 in the next 30 days? What are the major themes for the next 30 days for Pile 3, please? Okay. Let's see. I forget what fell out first. Okay, doesn't matter. Spirit says. Kind of read the cards out of order sometimes anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and then Ten of Wands. What are the major themes for the next 30 days, please, Spirit, for Pile 3? Oh, okay, the card flew out. It's the Seven of Wands, or Seven of Rods in this deck. What are the major themes for the next 30 days for Pile 3, please, Spirit? One more card. The King of Cups. Definitely heavily getting the feeling of still, again, especially with all of these cards only being one person, really focusing the next 30 days on yourself and your own healing. Let's pull clarifiers. Knight of Pentacles, please clarify the Knight of Pentacles, Spirit. Oh, see, the Justice card came out again. So as I was shuffling, I saw it, and it definitely wanted to come out. So you received card number 11, Justice. Please clarify the Chariot, Spirit. Please clarify the Chariot, please. The Pile 3. Okay, 3 cards, I will take them. You received the Six of Pentacles, Death card number 13, Six of Swords, one more card, please, Spirit. For the King of Cups, please clarify the King of Cups. Please clarify the King of Cups. know if I should take those. Take the top one. Okay. Seven of Cups. Oh, this is all over the place. Okay, and then the Wheel of Fortune for your bottom of the deck energy. Card number 10. So you have 4 major arcana in your reading. It's definitely a somewhat significant period for the next 30 days. So for your central theme for this month, or the next 30 days, it's going to be 10 of Wands and Death. So 10s are the end of a cycle, like this person carrying this heavy load of 10 wands, after this long journey, finally reaching their destination. Especially with the Death card, it does feel like you've already reached the end. You're just about, like, this is the moment where you're going to lay down these wands. There's going to be this major transition in your life, this death, and the death has already happened, and you're in the process of rebirth. So like 10 reducing down to 1 being new beginnings. It is giving me the energy of new beginnings, rather than this being the next 30 days of going through the process of something ending. I hope that makes sense. So it's like you've already gone through this really long, hard journey to get to this point where a new beginning is coming. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Swords underneath that, this is probably something that was, this previous energy has been very heavy on you. But I mean, I wasn't taking reversals, but when I see this reverse, I feel like that is definitely a clear message, like that it has happened and you're ready to forgive and move on. With the Wheel of Fortune, things perhaps were not going your way for a very long time, but that's past. The wheel is turning, and now is turning in your favor. Yeah, I'm seeing like the colors, sorry, the light from the window. There you go. It's like, it's as if it's a sunrise in the back. So like going through a dark night of the soul, and like finally the sun is coming up. And there's a new beginning. There's a sun rising here, same here, like you see the rays of the sun coming out of this, I don't know if that's a tree or a dark cloud. Just that the light is emerging in your life. And perhaps for some of you that this was around a legal battle, like a civil dispute, or something involving your job, like you're waiting for some sort of verdict or something to be handed down from HR or something, or this could be you may be going through divorce, and you were making movement forward, but you were still kind of tethered in place. That's the message I'm getting from like the Knight of Pentacles. The Knights are, cards of movement, but the Knight is the slowest moving card of the Knights. So it's like you were inching forward, but it had been very slow progress, but you were making progress. And with this Justice card here, and with it being followed by the Chariot and the Six of Pentacles, and there being a scale in the Six of Pentacles and in the Justice card. And the scale is empty here in the Justice card, but then it's filled in the scale that this jolly old man is holding. So it feels like you will be getting your justice, your what you are owed. Like maybe you thought this wasn't going to go your way, and you've been waiting for a very long time. But The scales are balancing in your favor, especially with the Chariot sometimes being seen as like the ultimate victory card, like charging forward in victory and success. And also, you know, this is a person that has like the shadow side and the light side under their control. So like having not just like an outward victory, maybe this situation is in fact going to turn out in your favor, but it's because you put in the hard work in yourself. You've done the shadow work, you've processed the difficult emotions, you overcame your fears, and you integrated those parts of yourself, and now they are bringing you forward into victory. And the Six of Pentacles is seen as a card of like reciprocity, and also, you know, someone giving to those less fortunate. Literally in this card is this man is giving to these two children that, you know, they look like they're not as well off. They have this little child has a patch on their jacket, and it gives me a feeling of like as if you are this child, and spirit or the universe is giving you a gift for the hard work that you've put in. So you receiving justice. And this may have already happened or is happening right now, because I see this part of the cards as essentially like recent past or the energies you're currently in that are going to be influencing the next 30 days. And on the other side of that, this being the next 30 days or the near future energy or themes that you'll be going through. And you have the Seven of Wands with the Six of Swords. The feeling I'm getting from the Seven of Wands is someone that won't take shit anymore. Like, perhaps this person, now they're wearing armor. They know how to protect themselves. They know what they need to do to protect them. They've learned how to use this wand as a way to guard against other people. And this card is seen as a card of having boundaries, and I see this as healthy boundaries. And you not making the same mistakes that maybe you felt like you made previously that brought you to this moment of maybe you didn't have healthy boundaries before, but through this tough journey, you learn to not overgive, not let people take advantage of you or step all over you. Like you stand tall and you stand up for yourself. And you're moving forward into this next chapter of your life with the Six of Swords being a card of moving into calmer waters, leaving an old place or an old chapter of your life and moving into the next stage of your life, especially with the Death card right next to it. Definitely a new chapter is beginning. And you're not going empty-handed. You're moving forward with experience, with this knowledge that you've gained from these Six of Swords, versus this being let's say the Ace of Swords, which is, or Ace of Wands, which is, the new cards of new beginnings. Like this is a new beginning. Like this sword is by itself. So this is a new beginning after having gone through this Five of Swords journey. Having gone through the conflict, overcome the conflict, overcome your battle with someone else, overcome the times or the behaviors you had built that let people take advantage of you. Like you're moving forward a stronger person. And with the King of Cups, this is you have all those suits showing in your reading. So it's giving me, again, a sense of balance with Justice, the Six of Pentacles, obviously also being about balance, And then the shadow and the light, a balance between that. And you having all the suits available, the wands, the pentacles, the swords, and the cups. And I love that it's the King of Cups to denote the fact that you're moving forward, but you're not moving forward in a bitter way. Yeah, and both cards are cup cards. It's the Seven of Cups with the King of Cups. But the feeling, and the Seven of Cups traditionally can be seen as someone kind of confused because they have too many options. And maybe, you know, moving forward, you don't know what the future is going to look like. And it is confusing, and it can be like overwhelming, daunting to try and figure out what your next steps are going to be. But it's like the possibilities are endless with this. It's the feeling I'm getting, like, whereas you were in a stuck energy before, and it's like this path is opening up for you, and you can move forward in freedom and choose what you want to choose without feeling obligated to a previous situation or someone else. And I didn't finish my thought earlier, but I love that it's the King of Cups here and not another king. Perhaps it could have been like the King of Pentacles or something, but this shows me that not only are you stronger for it, but you didn't let it jade you or change you as a person. You're still moving forward, emotionally open. Sometimes you can go through a traumatic experience or deal with a very difficult, challenging person even, or something that really tests you and maybe has shown you the not so great sides or parts of humanity, like that people can be deceptive and greedy and selfish in a bad way, and do things underhanded that you didn't expect them to do. Like you wouldn't have expected this person to treat you this way, perhaps. But you didn't let that distort your view of humanity as a whole. And you move forward wiser, because kings are very wise. And, aware and open to all the options available to you. So I'm excited for you. It feels like you've been through quite a journey. But it feels like this is the turning point. So if it hasn't happened already, it's coming very quickly in the next 30 days. This conclusion to this situation or chapter that you've been stuck in for a while. And you're going to be moving forward stronger, wiser, more experienced. Like you didn't come out of this with nothing. You've healed yourself. You're healing yourself. Spirit is helping you heal and guiding you to people and places and experience that can help you heal. And with the Wheel of Fortune, like this is going to turn out in your favor, even if maybe you can't see it now, but you'll look back and you'll be like, this was a very necessary and core part of what made you who you are now. Okay, so let's take a look at final advice from Spirit. You got the Door to Spirit, card number 32. And there's a dove, a white bird or a dove, kind of like the wind or the light coming through the door is sparkling. So it feels magical. So it's like you're opening this door to Spirit and you're inviting in this magic into your life, is the feeling I'm getting. So let's read from the book for this one. Number 32. The Door to Spirit is spiritual awakenings and new beginnings. Again, aligning with, like I said, like this is the end of the journey and you're taking the first steps into this new beginning. So this door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep to the core of your being. Okay, what did I say about, this being a core experience? Like if you've seen Inside Out or Inside Out 2 from Disney, and I don't remember the characters' names, but they're the feelings, like they have a ton of core memories that match the colors of the emotion that the girl experienced. And this feels like it is going to be a core memory, a core experience for you that shapes you into the person you are or you are becoming. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of your spirit and to the magic and power of your true identity. I kind of touched upon it with this shadow and light card, but I do get the feeling of, and also, this combined with the healer of the ages, 100% is talking about connecting more deeply with spirit or with your inner intuition. And a lot of times from what I've read and learned, that it does take difficult experiences in order for you to be able to get to a place where you're open and asking for spirit to come in and to help you. Because, when we're happy and living our life and enjoying ourselves, a lot of times we aren't, we're not meditating, we're not praying, because everything's going fine. It's only when you're like going through it, like crawling through the mud and suffering, that do you reach out and ask for help from spirit, from the universe. So that could have been a blessing that comes out of this, or not could have been. This is likely a blessing that came out of this difficult experience, is that it gave you a deeper connection to your own intuition, a deeper connection to your higher self and to whoever you believe in, just the spirit world in general. So I hope you found these messages comforting, validating, and I'm excited to see where this next chapter, this new beginning, takes you. I feel like you have a lot of great things in store for you, and you should also be excited. Feel free to share your experience, your story with me in the comments. I'd love to read them. And if this resonated with you, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.